Hello, game engine. This is it. This is so cool. And my quad shader isn't even working yet on PC. Alright, so it switches. And what we have here, if just this stupid Gemini use context for this project would go away. Gemini can use the context from your project to offer better suggestions. This is actually a good thing. Let's go open Gemini settings. Oh, I can't believe I'm doing this now. Like, why am I doing this now? Ask per project, use context from project to improve responses. I'll do that later because it keeps asking me. It's a good thing. There's a NPC thing you can install. So this is supposed to be like, um, sorry. I kind of didn't drink my caffeine, which is kind of good, but kind of bad. 120 times 80. So let's rotate this just to prove my point. I lost context also. That's the other magical part. The other anti-magical part is that it took me to the other screen back. And I click, well, I'm here back at this screen. So I do have to fix that on Android. I didn't promise any Raspberry Pi stuff, but I think we'll just get into it for no reason to. I was planning to just like chill, and I might do that later. Off stream, just kind of code once the camera dies. Just turn the stream off. And why is putty like putty? Okay. So my Raspberry Pi Zero died. I don't think that was part of any stream. I complained somewhere about it. And so, yeah, we can't get a screenshot unless I just aim my camera directly at the monitor, which is okay. I mean, there is a command line way to do it. So, let's see. How do I do this in OBS? Okay, so it still works or something. Why is AW? Oh, because I have to Alt-Tab. Like I'm a dumbass. Okay. So yeah, I have a character, and this is OpenGLES running on Raspberry Pi Zero with no W actually. I think using a hub. This is the setup right there. It's kind of knocked out. Yeah, that's the hub. One of the USBs is being used for the Ethernet that runs into the super old firmware updated Broadcom something thing. It does have a serial connection into the Mac also through that other hub. And it's hanging in there. It's literally hanging in there. And it's got a wireless, a Bluetooth keyboard. So when we play, let's see if I could do this on stream like this. Plus a button. Oh, why doesn't it work when we want it to? Oh, it's because we're not running it in the terminal. I mean, we're running it in the terminal, and if it's running off the commands off the computer right now, not off that keyboard. But they will work off that keyboard, and we will probably get release keys because we don't get release keys with this terminal thing. Like, it's just predicting the release. Yeah. So because I use the keyboard, it's on the desktop. So you actually see that this is Raspberry Pi Zero based on the desktop. Like if I open Chrome, it won't even work because it's like slow. Yeah. So back to kind of just the base project. And the base project is opening Notepad++ and stuff, and looking at the code. And this is the old renderer code. It does have a how I instantiated the text and stuff, but the new code, I wrote a resource management class. What it doesn't manage yet. Oh wait, this is the wrong code. Why am I in this project? There's so many of them open. I need to close some of them probably. So Is the asset shader loader? I think this is for the Uber shader. I don't know if this is part of the resource manager. It could be, but it looks like it's not because there's no PC code right here. But there is a subfolder. I believe it's in platform, not in core. Core is supposed to be. Why is resource manager in core? Whatever. Yeah. I messed some things up. So some of it has Android and PC. Yeah, I was supposed to design it so platform would actually have the PC functions, but that's not how it came out. It came out that core has resource manager. Resource manager should probably be in platform, but it's good that I kind of started looking into this or something. Press that key. I like how Delta Force has its touch clicks up here on the screen. Little watery bubbles. So yeah, we load a texture. So there's a resource manager, texture asset manager. So this will load the texture into memory. Notice how we do assign some other memory, and then we free the memory we just got. I don't know why we do all this. We could have just straight up not even allocated it and put it into there in the first place. But whatever, because we decode it, or there might be a decoding, depending on how we're going to do it and compress it if we do. And then so we have a file reader. One is for Windows, this Fstream thing. One, and so it returns a string for text file loaded. We need text files for stuff like certain types of assets or something. I don't know, but we have a text file version of this. Then we have a binary version because we need to load textures into memory. So we return the vector unsigned char, and we use the SS stream, I believe, here. I wanted to use fread like the C style, but then like I was just in such a hurry. The only little hack here is for PC we have to go back a directory and go into the assets. So we're loading this, so I wouldn't have to have two assets directories. That would just be annoying to manage. So everything's like packed like the same way in both. That was a cross-platform little hack, not two. And then there's a load texture function, which has an mcache pair, and then it gets cleared if the context gets reset. Oh, it's a map. Sorry, it's not a pair. Yeah, so handle context loss recovery, and I have to like show where this actually does. There's this invalidate texture cache. I don't remember what this does either. Yeah, so this is like your texture cache.clear, and handle loss recovery is also texture cache.clear. And so it just keeps track of what's in GPU, and whenever the GPU context gets lost, it just nukes it, but it still has it in memory, so it could just take it out of there. Yeah, so I believe that requires two maps. Yeah, there's the texture cache and RAM image cache. One's a decompressed texture and one's just like an ID. And the ID one just keeps track if it's in GPU. And yeah, that's the whole thing. Well, it's not the whole thing because we would also have to have resource manager load fonts. Like for example, I got free license fonts that I could use. Yeah, because I had to look that up. I was like, I don't want to use the license crap and then have to go back and change them. And it's like, no, I'm just going to do it right. Yeah, so I use the Noto Sans regular, just regular, because just to keep up with Devangari Japanese. I think this is the Mandarin type, the SC. Yeah, just have all the because regular will have most of the European languages. Just regular. Yeah. I don't think we have stuff like Persian or Hebrew. I'm not sure about those. But I kind of said just yeah, like this will be enough for now, because even trying to do like SDF font not gonna work. All right, let's just try to draw another quad, I guess. This is like way too much talking. Because like I still have to port this to Raspberry Pi. Like you saw the little Raspberry Pi engine, but it's just like an engine for how I set up the graphics. It's not even the thing itself. It's not even a copy of the game. It's just some other generated code base off of like the template I wrote. I just got it to work. I was like, hey AI, get me this to work, and I was like reading the book of like pure OpenGL 2.0 specification. Make sure everything is just like, and I had to get all the flags right and everything, and then pass it back into the AI. Then I was just like, yeah, this is how it has to be done. Don't do it any other way but this. Just set it up. And so it understood, and it just wrote the little WebGL game on top of it, which was pretty cool. So I could prototype WebGL games pretty fast because Notepad++ directly connects through SSH into the SFTP, and yeah. So we have it calling a loading scene also, and it instantly, we can't even see it. It flashes so fast on the screen. So this is how the scenes is set up. It just has a shader. I think it loads the Uber shader too. Now, mind that the shader has to be reloaded too. Oh yeah, because the shader is a text file. That's what the resource manager does with the shader. It's a text file. So we have two types of resources: a text file shader and a binary type texture. And we have some more binary types that are fonts that will generate a texture. Ugh. And I've gotten it not to work on this version yet, but on the other versions I've gotten it to work on both platforms, but kind of with with a context loss problem and some other. Oh yeah, and it was in OpenGLES 3.0, not 2.0, which ended up not working on some phone because of a texturing issue, because of, I don't remember if it was context loss or the other error, some sort of shader error that Android newer phone got, which I should be able to remember. So I think I had to figure that out why. Yeah, so this loading screen just draws a quad, I believe, or something. I need to figure this out because um, it's like very important or something. Because the loading screen might be taking longer later on and actually display stuff. And it'd be nice if it could like load this uh, on a thread synchronously or asynchronously or something, and then switch to the map edit scene. So the map edit scene is like the main scene, which doesn't seem like logical yet, but it's just like supposed to be like the little map editor. And I do have my scene files in my root directory, which is kind of good for editing fast, but bad for later design. But whatever. So like this is like making like a OpenGL window in every different type of scene wrapped kind of. It's kind of like this funny wrapper. So on-screen resized will also modify the quad because as the resolution changes, you have to change the normal coordinates. And to get this right off the bat was like annoying. It was just like, why would you do this? Because you want it to look the same when you rotated it, but you're not drawing to the same normal space coordinates. Well, you are, but it looks different to the eye. Because error to you, not error to the computer. So we can build an orthographical matrix. We are building a perspective matrix. So I had this like kind of like draw stuff in the background because we have different types of shader branches or different types of shaders for quads. That's the way to put it. So when you assign this V type, it sends it as an attribute with every vertice, and it branches out, does different camera, puts it in a different position basically, and does different texturing stuff. So is add normal quad here being called? Is it the only thing being called? Yes, it is. Everything else got pushed aside. So add normal quad is textured. So it makes me want to just make add normal quad too. So let's just do that. Even though it's like the most stupidest thing to do, it just adds more junk code. But it gets the party started. And it's like there's nothing else that can start it. And we have this pointer to this normal quad. Why we have to keep this around is in order to update it. I've had the same kind of pattern before with this. We could make an array of these and just update all of them and do this thing. But let's just see where I left off. So I would have to do that. Let's just add another normal quad here. The position will change. We'll just replicate the function. Just copy paste, just whatever. We're going to go over 1,000 lines of code, which is kind of bad because you can't copy paste it into like a Gemini or some AI window that easily to get. Alright, so left percentage, we have to change this left percentage. Let's change it to 15%. The sprite ID will, let's change sprite ID to 23. We should load the sprite IDs. Even though I think the AI generated me some sloppy, stupid IDs, like they're not the right IDs for some reason. I don't know why it did that. It's just stupid. I think it's sprite ID.h. Let's try to make it the player. There was more than one player. Okay, player is supposed to be 5. Let's go double check the sprite maps. Is player really 5? The only real way to check is in Blender, but whatever. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it should be player. It should be, but we don't know until we run this. Set that to 5. Recompile this. We should compile it on PC. Because I remember I left this off and there was just a ton of problems. Just like, I was just like, oh, I have to just like fix everything now again in order to just get back to like where I kind of was in the other engines, but now I don't have the context loss problem and code with a specific like rule set. Cool. Like I had to fix it returning to the same scene if I alt-tabbed out of the Android app. That was one of the last things, and I was like, I should get that to work first. Simply because it's like saves problems later. If something does occur, you get to see that it did not work the way you intended. This compiles it for the PC through GCC. What I really wanted to do was look up WinGW GDB source code GitHub. See what this gives. It should have a. Yeah, I remember trying to do this. I bet I have like some code I already downloaded. Okay. It built on Android. I don't know why it built this. Because I hit the wrong button. Oh, you could drag the little thing here. You can press these buttons, he'll move. It actually reacts to clicks here. I don't know why, but on the other one it didn't react to clicks, I think. Maybe it does. I just needed to get it to work. Okay, this is the right one. Oops. But yeah, that's one of the simpler background shaders. I have a more complex one. The complex ones, it's like you're not going to run the complex one on Raspberry Pi. You're just going to get 2 frames per second. That one you might be able to. Okay. So we did it. We've destroyed everything. We've drew what the fucking thing. Really cool. I love this. This is what I wanted to happen. And what would happen if we rotated this and then went back to this screen? Oh, nice. It kept its aspect ratio, I think. I'm not actually sure. I don't know how this happened, but we'll just read the code and go line by line and like try to figure this out. Okay. So this compiled. Alright, so we have a similar thing going on here, but a little different. On this, it's like this. Oh, why isn't it switching? It's like laggy when it switches, I think. Yeah, so this is supposed to look like this. I mean, you see this red thing. They're kind of similar, but they're not the same. We have this part of the texture here. I mean, obviously the stretchiness of whatever is causing that is killing it. Why though? Like, we just copy pasted that function and changed one parameter. It's because probably something is hard coded, which is probably something I should have changed and just went to sleep. Cool. But that's good though. It makes us figure this out. Create quad geometry. Normal. Oh, good. It just embeds itself into a different function. This is just a wrapper around it. Okay. Quad new normal. Why is quad new normal the normal? We are creating quad new normal too. Okay, that's error number 1. That might fix everything actually. We got this heartbeat printf. Oops, that's not how we fix it. We have to recompile. Regenerate the binary. Okay, we don't need this one. This one close. Oh, we should be careful here. Android, I don't think likes it when you just like spam a bunch of stuff in Android Studio. It's dangerous. It'll crash the stupid AVD connection, and if it does it on the Android's end, like you have to just reboot the device. It probably. No, not yet. Did it recompile? Like I think it did, but I think that wasn't the problem. Yeah, you can see that how the other game just looks wrong because it doesn't have the OpenGL context thing. Actually, that one will work, but it doesn't draw like the way I want it to. It draws like, huh, did this get bigger? What the fuck? Oh yeah, I didn't show on the PC one, the older one, the fact that when you resize, well, we'll just do it now. That when you resize, see how the quad is always the same size? That's like good. It's like very good. But we still have a problem with quad number 2. It's in the wrong position. Instead of 15%, let's move it to 30 because it looks like they're drawing over each other. I can already tell by that one corner. But what it's doing is it's creating some garbage geometry. Alright, so the sprite ID should be this. It's not getting the right UV coordinates. There's all kinds of problems. Create quad texture. Like, where does it define this? It creates it in this class I made. So I started making a class for the drawables type things. I called it like normal, draw normal, for normal coordinates. I believe I put it in core graphics. Draw normalized quad. Let's open the C++ file first, move it to a different instance. Just read this. Like, it should be very simple. Okay, sprite ID is alright. Window width, index, elements offset data. It gets it wrong somewhere here. It should also store our this quad info thing, which this should be equal to 2. And let's see if map edit scene uses this. It probably does. Because it should be, when it updates, based on the projection or the width of the screen. Over here. Yeah, when it updates, it is not doing this right. It's like screwing things up. So what if we don't update, like, at all? Just for now. Just for like a second. Because it's like optimized way of updating. It's trying to update with using just one pointer. It's trying to update all the things in the array. Which sounds strange, but since it adds it to a global graphics data thing, it's trying to use buffer subdata to just see like, okay, where's the top and the bottom, and just update everything through that. So it's optimized. Like that was one of the things that you want to do, like in the beginning, have this hardcore optimization. Oh, good. That's some stupid error. And you run into something like this, and you're like, I want to work on the game. I'm not working on the game. I'm working on engine. Don't know what the hell's going on. Curly brace error. It's like, why? Okay. Did we load the wrong one again? No. It compiles actually pretty fast on Android. On Raspberry Pi, it starts to get slower. Alright, so it didn't fix it, but without the update, this is what will happen. It'll like not be normalized. Is it still normalized? It looks like it's still normalized somehow, but it shouldn't be updating it. It did move this. Oh, that's so weird. How is it still like updated? how is the size not changing? Oh, is the size getting smaller now? Yeah. Now it gets smaller. And it gets stretched. Without the update, it gets stretched. So that's bad. But it's not the update that's screwing up the other thing, so we have to put it back for now. We're still going to need it. It still has to work, basically. Stupid math. Okay, why though? When we insert these vertices, this is the update though. Why is it getting the element index from this? Oh, okay. That's fine. So the problem is when it creates it, I believe. Okay, we got the top, left, blah, blah, blah. Okay, these should have been already pushed somewhere. Why did they get pushed second? Like it should be pushing to these before it pushes to these. Yeah, we should, in practice, be pushing to these first. To the main vertices and indices in the graphics card, and then to the temporary memory thing or manipulation bobber, the elements graphics data. Then calculate the width. We times the width by 2, the height by 2 that we're dividing by. Or is this times after? Like, the thing I don't like about this thing right here, the order of operations technically doesn't matter because we're dealing with division and multiplication. But it would be so much more easier to have this for later to add, or just be able to read this a little better, to just even know conceptually. Like, it doesn't matter in terms of the result, but it does matter in terms of the understanding. If you just like did too much math and you just like things being mathematically organized versus code or something. Still though, how's top right? What we need to do is just straight up do this. Just if sprite ID is equal to 5, so we know it's this quad number too being generated. Printf and exit. Who cares? Just printf everything. I don't care. Like, I wonder just what these values are. We should do it both for Android and PC, which is writing the A out statement, which is annoying because printf and A out have different syntaxes. But we'll just do the PC since I prefer printfs. I prefer printfs. So I think I started with C first or something. I just like printfs because of the formatting or something. I just hate the way that C out has like, you have to reach farther on the keyboard to get it done. Without having to have a elaborate explanation that who cares about sense or something. Yeah, it's just like slam the keyboard and go. You're still going to end up waiting most of the time, less for your pizza and more for the thing to recompile, even though it takes like a second almost. It doesn't take that long, but like even for such a little game, this is already pretty long. People have all these compilation tricks that don't include STD and blah blah, but like How are you gonna like print that without std? Okay. So the error basically says I'm an idiot because I tried to print f vertices that are not floats. Like, what are these things? I forgot. Oh, we couldn't even push these. Like, they don't even exist yet. They only get created like here. So really, we should move this here. Oops. And these, it's usually better to create the vertices before you create the indices, but it doesn't matter because they're being sent to the graphics card like later. Alright, so did we specify the size? Like when we created this, I don't think we updated our like main size variable thing. I think that's what really is throwing us up. It's like this grid index count. Oh, like we need this stupid ass variable. How many indices do we actually have? And this never gets updated in this function. So after we add this normal quad thing, we actually have to call this. We should actually put one here just because. And because like if you search the code and you see how draw elements works, it works off of this IBO. Do we ever update the IBO? Like, how does it like, even spawn it? I think we do in the beginning, and all the data just gets pushed to it. It's a dynamic, so we could push more onto it, I guess. Because we can make the indices zeros, and then later change them. I don't know what to think about that right now, but I am. Do we want to set that up right now? But it doesn't really matter because we add the quads, so they're spawned here. They're spawned in the constructor, and then later on create graphics, which is this thing that the thing calls once it spawns the window. I call it the window. I call it the EGL window or Windows handle window on Android or the PC. Or it'll also be on Raspberry Pi and the older Android. And once it gets to that scene and it's got the graphics, it tells it that. So we're just restarting here. I don't know why it's not working. Press here. Oh, it's not like switching scenes for some reason. Uh-oh. Why not? Whatever. Oh, because it just exits automatically. So they're all located at 0, 0, 0, 0. The effing sorry. That is incorrect. But it shouldn't be. You know why it's printing 0, 0, 0, 0? Because all three of these have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 parameters. So really, we have to copy paste this. Just do something like this. Comment this out. Take this. Put a dot after it. Copy it. Paste it 8 times. we'll get this like table of like everything. We might as well. These are like our main parameters in the engine. I think I changed it. I added 2 more thingamajiggers. We're gonna need to add like 7 more Fs. This will just look like this. Probably should use replace for this part, but should just go get my pizza, chill, maybe come back, charge the phone for now. Let's just get this one printf printed. Okay. I take this F. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hopefully I got that right. Replace the other F's real quick. Exit is there. Compile. Ugh. Go away. This one's not gonna work. So there's no point. It's like, what does this say? Like when I switch scenes. Yeah, we know about the mouse pointer going up and down. But it just stays on this scene. Because it's supposed to switch scenes to loading scene, but it doesn't anymore. Whatever. What if we just rotate this? Wait, restart it? Then rotate it. Because damn it. Oh, it found an error. Damn it, there's an error. It's not gonna compile in the other one, is it? I just misplaced something, like... YN is not... Oh. Let's just do it like this. My eye doesn't want to parse it for some reason. It's just like, you can't even see that, like what the hell. I mean you can, but like there's a... somehow... thinger got in there. But we need that. This is such a stupid way of doing it, but this is how you actually get it done. Because like... after a little bit of this... or that's a misunderstanding. After like a ton of this, you finally get it to work. It's more fun, but then you have to do the other systems. Alright, so 1, 0, 2, 2, 4, 4. Okay, that's the x coordinates. The y coordinates look right. The texture coordinates, yeah. The type looks right. UVs, you can't really tell because it's like a bunch of gibberish. And yeah. But we did fix the other things, so let's like uncomment this, just like that, because we did fix the index offset, I mean the indexer thing. Not the indexer thing, the, yeah, the indexer thing. The thing that keeps count of like how many draw calls we're going to make. Not draw calls, but the elements in the draw call. There's only one draw call, which is like what we're shooting for. Like it'll draw all the text, all the sprites, everything using this grid index count. The word grid comes from like just drawing a grid, but it's really like all the indices. Alright, so it's still crapped. It's like, why is it drawing this like stupid triangle? It's supposed to start here. The other one has the texture in here. It's like it's getting garbage data or something in there. Because it has indices.size. So how's it getting that wrong? Maybe because I changed UN type 16 somewhere or something like this. Interesting, because I had the other quads working in here. This is what AI slop generates, these type of problems. These just like obscure problems. Alright, I'm gonna get something to eat. Probably figure out by then. It's like, can't draw another quad. It's funny. Maybe it's inside the constructor? Probably is. Like, it has to be somewhere. No, there's nothing in the constructor. When it pushes it onto the GPU, does it do it here? No. We need to change this bottom edge code too.